Hello friends, as you know, digital data play a very significant role for any organization group today. However, managing the digital data and its proper life cycle management is one of the very important aspects that organizations follow. On what is this data life cycle management? Let me share with you today. Number one, data creations. There are different uh, places where data are distributed. So in the data creation process, where you will basically extract those data from different sources, it can be structured, unstructured, uh, or semi-structured data that you will extract from the different sources and bring into your platform. That is the first step. And then once data creation is in place or data ingestion, data is in place in your platform, your next step should be data processing. You will only able to get the value when you are able to make some meaningful data out of your raw data. So that data processing is nothing but data cleansing, data uh, of formattings, and then making sure that there is some relations that you are able to build out of your data. So data cleansing, data wrangling will be part of data processing steps. So data creation and data processing, these are the two steps. The next step will be data storage. So in order to take a meaningful decisions, you need to make sure that your digital data in a proper relational format or in proper data lake format, so that the business people can take the wise decisions, right? So therefore you need to store the data in such a way that it is secure, both while data at transit or data at rest. You need to make sure that your personal PI informations are properly encrypted. You need to make sure that there is no proper unauthorized access of your data as far as data storage is concerned. So data storage is also very important steps in overall data lifecycle management. So once data storage in place, your next step will be data uses. How organization will use the data for their business making decisions, right? That is the end goal of data. There will be certain questions that organizations top leadership want to get out of the data. For example, in case of government want to understand whether their policies are correctly implemented in place or not. So digital data will support them to understand this policy making decisions. Similarly, organizations want to understand whether the particular investment that they have been doing in case of R&D, in case of strategic partnerships, those innovative questions can be answered through your digital data. So therefore, the data uses pattern is the key requirement for organization growth. That can be done through visualizations, that can be done through machine learning tools, and that can be done from many other data exploratory tools which is available today. So data creations, data processing, data storage, and data uses. These are the four steps. The additional steps overall in data lifecycle is data archiving. So you cannot store the data for longer period because it's very difficult to manage. So therefore you should have a provision for data archiving in place. Those data which does not require frequently, you can archive in a cheaper storage, and then you can take it back whenever you need it. So data archiving is another area that you should be aware of. So usually either it's bank, after 10 years they don't need the data, so obviously frequently, so they will store it in the archiving place and take it back when the customer data is needed or customer wants some historical informations. That is one example, but that applies to across any use cases that we came across. Once data archiving is in place, then of course you should also be able to have a data purging, where there is no point of keeping the data which is more than 20 years. That is, of course, you should be connected with organizations' data retention policies, so that in case of countrywide, how much data they should keep it, and how much what is the each of the data entity retention period is associated with. So that organizations plus country specific policy should be referred in order to make sure that data retention policies are followed, and those data which is not required or which can be purged completely, that uh, that data retention policies should be implemented. So all in all, data lifecycle management is one of the very important aspects. So organization must follow these data creations, data processing, data storage, data uses, data archiving, and data purging. This overall lifecycle management is followed, probably then you are good to go as far as data lifecycle management and as far as your monetizing your digital data for your organization growth. So this is my perspective. Let me know what you think. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Bye bye.